Hi, I'm going to make one of my favorite dishes today. Poke, good old Hawaiian ahi tuna poke. Poke is just a term for many different styles of preparing raw fish. I've even had some cooked fish in it, and seasonings to make a nice salad that you eat. You can go to places in Hawaii everywhere and they have everything from a scallop poke to a seaweed only poke. It's just a delicious kind of wonderful salad. If you even go to just Safeway in Hawaii, they have poke bars that have like 13 to 15 different kinds of poke in them. But I'm gonna make ahi tuna because that's my favorite. So here I have just over a pound of tuna from Costco. And today I'm gonna cheat a little bit. Normally I would do all this myself, but we saw this package mix, and it's a brand that we've seen in Hawaii and we trust it, so we're gonna try. It's a poke mix. So if you don't trust yourself to get the mix just right, I'm just gonna grab some scissors here to cut the packaging open. Okay, so I've just opened the packaging here, and I'm going to reach inside the package, and there is two things in this package. There is the seasoning, which is just salt and chili flakes, and then a nice little package of seaweed. And the instructions say to put this seaweed in water to hydrate it a little bit. So I'm just going to do that and then prepare the rest of my poke here. They really seal these quite nicely to the point where I'm having problems opening these today. And it doesn't help that I have terrible scissors. All right, so I'm just gonna take all the seaweed in this little pouch, and I'm just gonna dunk it in the water here. There we go. Get all of it, because that's one of my favorite flavors, is the seaweed itself. And we're just letting that hydrate now. Normally, I would use nori seaweed. I'm just gonna take a sheet of this out. I'm not gonna use this today because, like I said, it came with its own, but it's literally just these lovely sheets of seaweed. And I just tear it with my fingers. I'm gonna just tear a piece off and eat it. It's really quite delicious. A little salty, really quite nice. And then I have two different kinds of agadashi here, or shirachi. I can never pronounce this stuff properly. I'm going to show these on camera, and I will get Mike to put them in the description for you. I'm not going to use any of these today, but these are just different things. You can actually get mixes for this stuff. All of this stuff is out there ready for you to buy. So now I'm just going to cut up my tuna. Just break open the saran wrap here. Examine the fish. And I'm just feeling the fish now, making sure it's not very slimy or disgusting. Smelling it, it smells really good. And I'm just going to cut this now into cubes very quickly. And you want to kind of go across the grain. And you want to make these bite-sized pieces. And I'm just literally just throwing them into a bowl. This will be our dinner tonight, just so you know. I think poke is one of those absolutely fantastic dishes that, you know, you can have it slightly different every time, and it's just really, really quite tasty. You can use any kind of tuna. You could use salmon. Like I said, I've had it with scallops. I've had it with squid. My favorite is ahi tuna, and our local Costco often has good sushi grade ahi tuna, so whenever we notice that they have it, we eat it as a nice poke. And if we wait too long after bringing it home, we will have it with our tuna salad that you saw me make a while back there. But tuna rarely lasts very long in our house. And I'm literally just cubing this up for the blind viewers. And nice small little pieces, that's all we need. Voila! Now I'm going to take some avocados. Poke does better with the large Hawaiian avocados that they don't ship off the island, but you can use Hass as well. I'm using 2 Hass avocados today because I'm not on the islands, even though I would like to be. And I'm just taking the tip of my knife and I'm going through the flesh of the avocado and making little cubes of it as well. I think I missed describing the step there, but I will describe it when I do the second one. And now I'm just taking my finger along the peel of the avocado and scooping the insides out into my bowl of tuna. It's so delicious. You want an avocado that's still fairly firm for this dish. You don't want one that's softened up. You want to be able to actually have nice cubes of avocado. So again, I went from the furthest end to the furthest end. Now I'm going across it and making little cubes and taking my finger and pushing out those cubes into my bowl of tuna. This avocado might even be a little softer than I like for poke, but it's still very doable. All right, now the step I missed on my second avocado. So I took the avocado, and it's got a stem on it here that's very tactile, or sometimes there's just a little hole there. And I put my knife next to that, and I put the avocado in it, and I just cut down through the avocado and then rotate the avocado one way, turn it back, and rotate it this way. And now I've cut my avocado in half. That was the step I forgot to describe previously. And now I've got 2 halves of the avocado. I take the one half that the peel didn't, or that the pit did not stay in, and I'm cubing it, and I've made a little bit of a small side there. So, oh, this one's nice and firm, much better. See how it's coming out in nice little cubes, little delicious bite-sized pieces of avocado. And now I'm just going to take my nails and dig them into the pit and just slide the pit right out and do the same thing as the other one, going from the long ends, then across and across, and voila, we have lovely chunks of avocado coming out of the peel. Oh, this one's a very nice avocado. Maybe my pieces might be a little big, but oh well. There we go. Nothing's perfect. And now I'm just going to take my little bowl of water here that has the seaweed in it, and just by hand I'm just going to, and you'll notice how much it swelled up. It's like 3 times the size now. Just picked it up and I'm going to squeeze it, toss it in my bowl. There we go. Toss it in my bowl. All right. Take my seasonings here, and I'm going to take the whole package and sprinkle them in. And again, normally I would just do this with a nice, lovely salt. I usually use a better salt for this dish than I would use in a dish that I was going to cook salt with. And our final step is I'm just going to cut this shallot, cutting the two ends of the shallot off. Getting the peels off of the cutting board. This is a fairly large shallot I have here. Maybe a little old, but it is still very tasty. I'm taking all the outer tougher peel off. There we go, 1/2. And I'm trying very hard not to get the peel on my cutting board because I'm going to literally just scoop from the cutting board into my hand, so I don't want to get peel into my poke salad. There we go. All right, so now I have two lovely shallot parts here, and I'm just going to ring these. Slice very thin, I'd say about 3-4 millimeters. Thin little rings. And I pinched the shallot between my two fingers, guiding the knife to make really thin slices. And now I'm just cutting those slices into thirds approximately. Oop, missed some there. Just gonna get those. You don't want too large of a piece of shallot, but you want pieces that you can actually know are there. So I just chopped up those fairly large, putting them into my salad. And there we go. Take my other one here. These are really strong shallots. They're making me cry a little bit. My eyes are burning. But you want a nice strong flavor in there. You can use sweet purple onions. One of the other things I've had that I really like in poke is crushed macadamia nuts. Those taste really good in there. I suppose you could do crushed peanuts if you like, but why would you? It's Hawaiian, you should use mac nuts. Voila. And there we go. Now I'm just going to take a fork here. And toss this. All right, I forgot the most important flavoring, which is some really nice sesame oil. And I'm just going to drizzle it on. About 2 teaspoons is what the recipe says. I don't know how much I got there. I just splashed a lot on. Toss this. And that is what our poke will look like when it's done. Right now I'm going to let it marinate for a bit so that that salt soaks into the fish and all the avocado and the flavor is mahaj. But I'm going to just pick up a piece here. There's a nice piece of fish. You'll see it's got nice seaweed on it. You could also put sesame seeds in this. Sesame oil, sesame seeds. The smell coming from this bowl is making my mouth water. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to let this marinate for the next hour or so. You could just eat it, but the longer you let it wait, the better it tastes. And I'm just using my hands to make sure that I've got all that seaweed or ogo mixed throughout, and it is mixed nicely throughout. Voila! I'm just going to steal a piece of avocado here. And then a piece of poke, tuna. That's really good. enjoy that a lot. I call this my treat myself dish. Please press subscribe, add something to the comments, and make this. You will really enjoy it. It's better than anything you'll ever have.